consider you as an expert when it comes to surveying the environment, right?
I think so.
Okay, so if you want to do that for as consulting for a brand or a company, what are those things you do in terms of bringing a company up to speed in order for them to come and do business in a given environment?
Normally in Nigeria, as opposed to like Gulf of Mexico, like in California, there is a department called U.S. Department of Interior.
Okay.
The U.S. Department of Interior has the database of all the leases in the country. It's similar to our own Department of Petroleum Resources in Nigeria. They have the database for all the oil blocks in Nigeria. But what we don't have before is the environmental data, which as you are releasing you are releasing the lease, the block,
Yes,
to a prospective owner, you are releasing it with environmental data. But here you don't. You just NNPC and Department of Petroleum Resources just sell you the block. Before any company goes there and start drilling, you have to be environmental conscious, because there are a lot of oil and gas is not a small business. It's a big business. It has both positive and extreme negative impact. And you have to do a robust environmental, social, and health impact assessment before you commence to drill a well. Drilling a well is cost millions of dollars. The moving, if the well is, it will be in the coastal environment, like in the swamp. You just have to create slots. The slot is like just creating a road path. Dredgers.
okay.
You have to apply to Nigeria Inland Waterways.
Okay.
The oil company has to apply to the Nigeria Inland Waterways for dredging to get into the slot. And then if you are offshore, there is nothing you need to do on the dredging, so long that it's a deep. Normally, the Niger Delta is deep enough. Anything from shoreline, 5 miles out, you have wells all over, and up to the 100 miles, from the shoreline. Those are the field we call deep water. So the further you are, the better for you. Because the closer you are, in the Niger Delta, people live in Niger Delta, in the swamp and in the creek. Their livelihood is water. Their livelihood is fish. So, if you negatively impact, that is why we have to be very, very conscious, to the point that as we are producing, you do not pollute the environment, adversely pollute. Accident can happen. Those are the negative impact. Accident does happen. But the question is, do you have a mitigation measures, like oil spill response, like schemas, like emergency management? Do you have that in place? Which we do. That one is called a second tier oil spill response. And I was a member of that too, representing Chevron in that structure for many, many, many years. It was that idea that I used to assist Lagos State in developing its own emergency response, as relates to fire, as relates to flooding, as relates to all kinds of emergencies.